Hey everyone, David Phelps here from Freedom Matters. I get involved in some of the forums, online forums, a lot of time where there's a lot of discussion boards, right? It gets interesting, and there's some good sharing of information, ideas, resources. People come on and talk about problems they have, issues they have in business and practice, and you can spend a lot of time there if you get sucked in. And I'm not saying it's all bad, but what I notice is some threads sometimes that talk about uh, people who are asking about advice about working with mentors or coaches or consulting programs. And you kind of see both sides. You see some people that say absolutely some of the best things I've ever invested in was having somebody else or some other group or consulting, coaching, mentoring program help me. And then you see the other side. People say, "Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of slime balls out there and scammers, and I've tried a bunch of them and it's never worked." Let me say this, with 6 decades of experience and wisdom behind me, and having used lots of coaches, all the way from back in my early grade school years when I had a tennis coach. I mean, how many of you had coaches or teachers or mentors in areas outside of your school curriculum, like in sports or in the creative arts? Maybe you played a band instrument, or maybe you were a dancer, or you've got kids involved in that stuff now. Don't you want your kids or yourself to have the opportunity to excel in something that you like to do? Well, what do? We go get teachers or hire coaches or mentors to do that. Seems like once we get through school and get a certain level of education, degrees, licenses, it's almost all of a sudden like, well, we don't need that. Now I know a lot of you go to continuing education, and that is important, and that is one form of mentoring or coaching, absolutely, all day long, and that's good. But what about in business aspects? The things that we never learned in school, that we didn't focus on at all because, well, that's not where we were at. We had too much to focus on in our clinical studies to get out of school and become licensed. So business practices, leadership, how to manage, how to market, investments, financial acumen. These are things that are put way, way on the back burner if even looked at at all. So why is it that so many of you think that, gee, I'm smart enough, I passed all these tests, I was at the top 20% of my scholastic school curriculum all through school. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's just you don't have time. What coaches, mentors, consultants help us do is cut through all the information and stuff out there. You don't have time to read every book there is. Read and study, but you don't have time to do it. I don't have time. The fastest track to getting from a point A to point B in an area that you or I don't have expertise in is to find the person, the group, the mentor, the coach who has a track record of helping people get there. And that's one of the things I would say is that, yeah, are there people out there that are not good at what they do? Well, in everything there is. So you have to do some vetting for sure. There's always people that get low ratings at what they do. So you don't just look someone up on the internet and say, yeah, I'll go with them. Yeah, you do a little research, right? You check with other people that that can give you an objective point of view on how this group or this person helped them. That's the first place I'd start, and see if what they help people do is in alignment with what you think you need. Now, sometimes we don't even know what we need. We need someone actually to vet that and say, well, here's what you need. Let's prioritize and then move on. What I found in my life that works best before I even go to find that one specific coach or mentor is to be a part of a mastermind group where there's a lot of people that are like-minded like me. It could be in the same industry, but many times it's better even to be in a group where it's multiple industries because you get a diversity of opinion and experience, and have that group be like your board of advisors when you have issues or problems, you're stuck somewhere and you can't figure out, what to do next, who to call, what to prioritize. Those outside eyes, what I call, can really be helpful in giving you clarity. And many times you can get references as to who you might work with to make this particular piece of your life or your business move the needle, work better. Oftentimes I see people just going after what I call bright shiny objects and just shooting for the moon, and they think, well, this marketing thing or this latest technology piece, that's all I need. It's going to make life different. Well, those are plugins, right? And there's a place for plugins, but if your platform, if your infrastructure, if your foundation isn't set, then all the plugins in the world aren't going to help. You need to have clarity on that. So my point is this: I don't know anybody who can't benefit from the right, and I'll say the right coach, mentor, mastermind group, consulting group. No one that can't, but you've got to have the right mindset. That's the last thing I'll leave you with, is there's a lot of people out there that, again, are smart. They think they're smart, and they think no one else can help them. They think they know everything. If you're not coachable, in other words, if you think you already know everything and there's no one else out there that's smarter than you that can give you some direction, then don't go there, because those are typically the people who say it doesn't work. And I've seen those people as well. They're smart, and they've gotten to a certain level of success in life, but there's areas of their life, just like for everybody, that they have baggage that's not working, whether they admit it or not. And you can usually tell by their frustration in some of the threads, even though they try to beat their chest and say, "Hey, all is good, all is good." There's stuff behind the scenes that they don't want to admit to. If you're not willing to admit that and be vulnerable to the areas of life that you can't be an expert in everything, you can't be good at everything. You're not willing to open the door and say, "Hey, I'm good here, but I'm not good over here." If you're not willing to do that, you're going to stay stuck. You will stay stuck in life, and you're going to stay frustrated. So be open, find the right coach, mentor, or mastermind group, or combination thereof. It's been the best thing, absolutely the best investment, bar none, bar my dental practice, bar all the real estate that I do, investing in the right people to give me that direction. And then I add the other stuff on. The right place, right time. That's what makes it work. Hope you'll keep that in mind. The fast track to anything in life is to find someone who's already gone down that path and have them help lead you, keep you out of the minefields. Why reinvent the wheel when it's already been invented? All right, that's it for today. Remember, always stay focused on your freedom. I'll see you next time.